Every empire that has ever tried to conquer Iran has collapsed. Every single one. Alexander the Great, Rome, the Mongols, the Soviet Union. No exceptions in 3,000 years. And right now, the United States of America is walking the exact same path, making the exact same mistakes, and heading towards the exact same outcome. If you think this war ends with an American victory, you are not paying attention to the most consistent pattern in human history. Let me show you why. Alexander conquered Persia. He won. And then he died at 32. His empire shattered into pieces, and Iranian dynasties rose from the wreckage and ruled the Middle East for the next 500 years. Rome fought Iran for 300 years, 3 centuries of the most powerful military machine the ancient world had ever seen grinding against Persian resistance. Emperor Crassus was destroyed at the Battle of Karhai. Emperor Julian died in battle on Persian soil. Rome fell. Iran was still standing. The Mongols were the most destructive force in human history. They burned Baghdad to the ground. They massacred millions. They conquered Iran, and Iran absorbed them. The Mongol rulers converted to Islam, adopted Persian culture, and became patrons of Persian art. Iran did not just survive the Mongols, it turned them into Iranians. The Soviet Union occupied northern Iran twice in the 20th century, a nuclear superpower, and both times it was forced to leave. This is not coincidence. This is structure. Iran is not just a country. It is a civilizational force that has been continuously inhabited for over 3,000 years, and it has a specific, repeatable mechanism for destroying empires. It bleeds them, slowly, patiently, mathematically. Look at what is happening right now. One Iranian drone costs $50,000. One American interceptor missile costs between $3 million and $10 million. Every single exchange costs America 60 times more than it costs Iran. The Pentagon burned through $5.6 billion in munitions in 48 hours. They are consuming Tomahawk missiles that take years to manufacture in a matter of days. American interceptors are being fired 11 at a time at single Iranian missiles and missing. The most powerful military in human history is racing against the clock before it runs out of weapons. That is not a war America is winning. That is a war America is being bled dry in. And Iran has been perfecting this strategy for 3,000 years. But here is what makes this moment existential. This war is not just about missiles and drones. It is about the financial architecture that holds the entire American empire together. The Strait of Hormuz carries 20% of the world's oil. Iran now controls who passes through it. Chinese ships move freely. Friendly nations are accommodated. American allies are choked. Every day, Iran holds that strait, the petrodollar system, the mechanism that allows America to function with $40 trillion in debt, weakens. The Gulf states that recycle oil revenue into American markets are watching their water supplies and food imports threatened by $50,000 drones. Desalination plants that provide 60% of Gulf freshwater are sitting targets. Cities of 10 million people are 2 weeks from a water crisis. A terrified Gulf state that cannot guarantee its own survival is a Gulf state that stops funding American debt. And when that funding stops, the financial architecture collapses. This is how Iran destroys empires. Not by conquering them, by making the cost of empire unsustainable, by making the financial system collapse from within. The Soviet Union did not fall because America defeated it on a battlefield. It fell because the cost of maintaining empire, Afghanistan, arms races, satellite states, became impossible to sustain. Iran is doing the same thing to America right now, except faster and with better mathematics. America cannot win this war with air power because Iran spent 20 years studying exactly how to neutralize it. America cannot send ground troops because Iran's terrain would require 3 million soldiers and the entire U.S. military is 1.3 million. America cannot negotiate because Iran's terms would dismantle the petrodollar. And America cannot withdraw because withdrawal triggers the chain reaction that collapses the dollar. The trap is shut. And the pattern, the 3,000-year pattern, says what happens next. If you want to understand the full structural breakdown, how this war is reshaping currencies, markets, and who holds wealth on the other side, I wrote everything down. My exclusive War and Wealth playbook is available now. 42 pages, historical case studies, structural principles, the patterns the news will never explain. Link is in my bio. Get it before the next chapter of this war writes itself.